everybody. No, I didn't go live. Figured I would just talk. What is on my mind? Most people probably don't care, but I'm going to talk anyway. Right now, I'm on my way to Dollar General because I need to, I think that a couple of my flowers that I potted together, let me turn this radio down. A couple of my flowers that I potted together need to be repotted separately. I'll be honest, I'm not a gardening guru. If you couldn't tell. It really isn't my thing. Maybe one day it will be. I don't know. But I dabble. So anyways, I'm heading to Dollar General to try to find a couple other pots. Also, I'm looking for a couple of things that I might be able to add to a wreath, a summer wreath I want to make for my front door. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing today. Poor little Ethan. We live in an area that's like a lot of military. Turn that down a little more. We live in an area that has a lot of military kids in it, and so it's quite common for the kids to move around and come and go from the school. But Ethan this year really made a best friend, and this best friend, he also was in the permanent gifted program, and Ethan was in the gifted program but not the permanent one. He was in the one that you get retested every year to see if you still qualify for gifted services. And so this best friend of his, and I'm not gonna call his name, just because this is YouTube. But this little boy, very much like Ethan, just self-motivated, loved to learn, obviously because he was in the permanent gifted program. Well, he provided Ethan a lot of competition. I've always thought that competition is good for people. Especially in school. You give a kid a little bit of a stiff competition, somebody that they want to emulate or be just as good at or better as far as grades, and that's who this little boy was. But they were best friends too, and it was always like his school papers. The teacher would say, okay, well, do this part, but you don't have to do this part unless you want to. It's optional, and it won't affect your grade either way. It's just extra practice, okay? So, Ethan was always like, oh, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do the extra. And we'd say, oh, but you know who is going to do the extra? And he would say his best friend's name, and we'd say, yep. And he'd say, okay, I guess I should do the extra too. So, yeah, it's so funny. And they were just so cute together. We found out today that his dad is, I guess, getting transferred. And so they're moving this summer. And Ethan just got word that he got placed in the permanent gifted program, and he was so excited when he got his letter because, in his words, he was going to be able to be in the same class with his best friend. And he was so excited. Yeah, so we're like, I don't know, it's just heartbreaking to see this happen. The same thing happened when our middle son, Carson, was just a little guy. I think he might have been a little younger than Ethan. He might have been in like first grade. But he had a little best friend. And I can't remember his best friend's little name. But same thing, military family. And he actually moved away in the middle of the school year. It might have been towards the end of the school year. And Carson was just heartbroken. I remember him just sitting in the bathtub, just crying his little eyes out. And the little boy had like written a note to each of his classmates. And so Carson took the note that the little boy had written to him, and he cut out the name where he had written his name. I think he had written his name multiple times on the little note. The little boy did. He signed it in all different places and stuff. So he cut out one of the spots that the little boy had signed his name, and he thumbtacked it on the ceiling right above his pillow on his bed. And he had a loft bed. And I remember asking him, "Sweetie, why did you do that?" And he said, "Because I just miss him so much. And this way, I won't forget him. So every time I'm going to sleep, I'll remember him. And every time I wake up in the morning, I'll remember him." And he kept that little name there. I don't even remember how long, but it was a long time before he took that little child's name down. It was so cute. So, and recently, you know, he's 17 now. And so he came home one day and he said, "Oh, well, tonight we're having, I'm going over to say goodbye to a friend of mine," and this has been recently. So I'm gonna go over to his house for a little while, and because they're getting ready to move next week. And I was like, "Okay." And I said, "Oh, you're gonna miss him, aren't you?" And he said, "Well, yeah." And I said, "Are you gonna write his name on a piece of paper and thumbtack it above your bed?" And he looked at me like, "Yeah, no." It was so cute. But anyways, so that's what's going on right now. I am at Dollar General. I have my face mask. Nobody's wearing them. It's crazy. It is not the law here. It is a suggestion. But yeah, anyways, so I'm going to run in, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye. Be kind.